Hi, this is 365 801 and this is my TBR video for the 801 readathon. So the first thing I am going to pick for my readathon is to do with one of the challenges, and one of the challenges is to read some prose. Now I have all these 7 Seas titles here. I do have quite a few. I've got now a big pile up on here as well of prose that I could be reading. Behind here I have all of my yaoi novels. So I could choose something that I haven't read or something that I've already read. And actually in this case I'm going to be choosing something that is both. And that is, I will be choosing Volume 1 of The Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, Modal Zishu. This is the MXDX work. I have read this already, but as the fan translation, back in the day, 2019. 2019, what a great summer that was. So I have technically already read it, but I haven't actually read this, this volume. So that's the first thing I'm going to put down on my TBR. I'm going to probably add some tags to see if I can do it. I know that there's 7 chapters, so I could read 1 a day, but the first chapter is very, very short, so I could divide it up, and I've checked how many pages there are in here, and so it's around 44 pages a day. And so each day I'll try and read a little bit of Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, and this will be my prose, and this will be for one of my challenges. Now, along with that challenge, there is another challenge, which is to read non-Japanese BL. And one of the best ways to do that is to read things that I haven't read. And that is Volume 1 of The Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, the comic version. This one just looks so good. I cannot wait to read it. It's going to be fantastic. And considering that it's not actually Japanese, is quite good for the non-Japanese manga graphic novels. So I'm looking forward to this one. I want to read everything that I have purchased this year, if possible, and keep a really high standard of reading what I'm buying, which is hard going, but I think this will be a really great one. So yeah, along with this, I will probably watch a few episodes of the animated version and a few episodes of The Untamed. And it doesn't really matter if I was to watch any episode, it would just be fun and I would have a great time. But it would be good to start all of them, maybe do that. So yeah, I think I'm going to add this to my TBR as well. Now, continuing with the theme of reading what I purchase and reading non-Japanese BL, I have purchased Volume 5 of Fence. This is Fence Rise, so it has a little extra, you can see. Just that little difference. Just that little difference. And so I have not actually read this yet. I know Volume 6 is supposed to be coming out soon, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it comes out in the UK as well. It does mean that I might want to do a reread of the other volumes, but I don't know if I necessarily need to, because it's quite a quick read, but I probably will want to just for the fun. So yeah, Volume 5 of Fence is getting added to my TBR as well. Now, along with this is probably a reread. Oh, check please. I need to. I read this for the first time last year and I absolutely adored it. It's so fantastic. Ngozi Ukazu has just done an amazing job of this series. I'm so happy to have these. So yeah, I've been wanting to, just itching to have a reread of this series, and so it's going to get put on my TBR as well. Now, as I mentioned, I do want to read some of my newer purchases for 2023. Anything that I've bought in 2023, I want to try and see if I can read them. And I would say I've been quite good about keeping up to date. So, for example, I did purchase quite a few Tokyopop titles, and I've pretty much read them all. I think everything here, other than a fairly new one, I got this last month, This is hyperventilation, and I have no idea how to say this. Bong bang pyu, maybe. And I think this is going to be a really quick one because it feels like, do you remember those things that people used to get? You know, it was like, they even published them for, I think Tokyo Pop did them. They would take the anime of like Cardcaptor Sakura, and then they would take the screenshots and then just make a comic out of it. Back in the day. And this is what this feels like. But I'm very excited about it. I really would love to get the animated version. It's been available and not been available, available and not been available. So yeah, being able to get a copy of the animated version would be great as well. But until then, I can read this one. Very excited. Now, as I said, I've been quite good about reading what I've purchased. The only thing I think here is volume 6. I haven't read of that one, but I really want to get the rest of them. And then I have My Brother's Husband, which I'm going to see. Maybe I might add to this as well. But then in terms of Kuma, I have only 2 that are unread. Now, I'm going to leave Boys of the Dead for Manga Freakathon in October. But I really want to read You Are My Happiness because so many people have said that it's really good. And also, if I'm doing the bingo board, technically that's like animal characteristics, right? I would have said Neko Mimi, but animal characteristics is fine. I even said it was fine. So I could read this and be sure to tick off some of the bingo board. And plus, it just looks so interesting. So yeah, lots of people have said that this particular title by Bukuro Yamada is really interesting. And I have enjoyed Bukuro Yamada's other work, Melting Lover. So You Are My Happiness is going to get added to my TBR. Now, another one I'm going to add is Volume 1 of Hitorijime My Hero. I have read Hitorijime Boyfriend, and that was during June for Manga Pride Reads. So I'd like to do a reread of Volume 1. I have read this. I read this back when it came out, actually. I purchased it. And I enjoyed it, but I can't remember very much. I have watched the anime, and I kind of remember that. So, yeah, Volume 1, I would like to do a reread. Because I have all of these volumes unread, and I need to read them. So I need to get back into it. So, Hitorijime My Hero, Volume 1 is getting added to my TBR. In this drawer, I have quite a few that I could add to my TBR, but there is one that I bought brand new. It had the plastic on, and I took the plastic off, and then I was gonna start reading it, and I don't think I did. I don't think I finished it, and that is Sumitomo Morozumi's Merry Family Plan. I don't actually remember finishing it. So yeah, it's a single one shot, so it should be fine, and I'll be able to read it, no problems. I don't need to commit to any long running series. I think I'm going to add a few one shots as well to my TBR. Now, in this drawer, I have quite a few contenders, but one of the ones that I really want to read is Volume 7. Volume 7, Fumi Yoshinaga's What Did You Eat Yesterday? I have read Volumes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I know I have, because I was doing it like one a week kind of thing, and I got to the 7th week and I just stopped. So I would like to read this volume, which is the volume that I kind of stopped at. So yeah, this is as a continuation. I'm going to continue to read What Did You Eat Yesterday? I also have a few things that I would like to read in here. Now, some of these might be rereads, and that's fine because there's something just so lovely about rereading a favourite. And so my favourite probably in here is Double Cast. This is Mamahara Eli, but it's the original story by Mizuhashi Takana. And often I don't like adaptations as well, but because I have no idea what the book was not actually about, I've only ever come across this one and read this one and consumed this, and I absolutely love it. It's so good. So I'm going to do a reread of Double Cast. If you've not read Double Cast, do this reread with me. Enjoy yourself. Oh, it's so good. I will... If you hate it, don't tell me. Don't tell me, because I love this so much. And I don't know why. I don't know what it is about it. that I love. But yeah, this is one that I would like to do a reread of, just because it's been a while and I wanna feel good. So there's also another one, and I'm thinking Cool Uncool, which is a tricky one to get hold of. This is also one that has an original story. This is by Arika Kuga, but it's Asokai, and I absolutely love her art style. And I read it once when I bought it because I was so excited, and it had green, I think, on the cover, something like that. And I really want to do a reread as well. So this is getting put on my TBR. Now, because I'm thinking about books that I love and that I want to reread, one that I really love and that I love to reread is this volume, Cute Devil by Hiro Madarame. The art style, look at that artwork. It's so beautiful and I absolutely love it. And it's so funny and so ridiculous. But I could just read this and reread this, and I've done that before. It was like the last thing I read one year and the first thing I read the very next year, because I read it over the 31st and the 1st. So, yeah, Cute Devil. I'm going to have a wee reread of this and feel good about life. Now I've moved into another drawer, and this is like full of older titles, and one that I've been wanting to read, and anything from Akira Honma. I really enjoyed reading some Akira Honma this year, so I'd like to read some more. And I'm not too sure, should I go for The Judged or should I go for Last Portrait? I feel like Last Portrait might be messy AF. Let's go for Last Portrait. So I'm gonna give Last Portrait a wee go. Akira Honma's art style is one that I actually quite enjoy. But yeah, I think it's going to be toxic and I think it's going to be absolutely full of nonsense. And I have no idea because I haven't even read the back. So yeah, Akira Honma. I'm going to add this as well to my TBR, I think. Now, last but not least, let's look at some Sublime titles that I'm going to read. Or at least I'm going to put on my TBR and see if I can read them. Now, what do we have? The first thing is I would like to read Volume 1 of Bad Boys Happy Home. I was going to just wait until get Volume 2 and then binge the whole series. But I would like to actually read this first volume, seeing as I have it. And it would be one that I could add and give a wee read to. I do need to it's just Volume 2 I need, and then I can actually read it. So yeah, Bad Boys Happy Home by Showa and Hiromasa Okujima is one that I really want to just read some of my newer titles, and Sublime always do a good job, so yeah, definitely want to give this one a read. Now the other newer one I just bought was Black or White. Now a little mini spoiler for my haul video, I may have Volume 1 of this, which means I would be able to actually read it. Because Volume 2 I would never pick up, but if I have Volume 1, then maybe I can read Volume 2. So that's also going to get added to my TBR. Now the other thing is I could do some rereads. Like I would definitely be up for a reread of Bond of Dreams, Bonds of Love. Maybe Yaya Sakuragi, it's always good. One that I haven't read is Cast Heaven, but I don't have Volume 4 and I need Volume 4. So it would be a reread of Volumes 1, 2, and 3, and I don't want to do that until I have Volume 4. Over here we have Change World. Now I just picked up Sayonara Game. So I have Change World now. And so this is going to get put on my TBR along with Sayonara Game. This one is still got its plastic on. I'm very excited about this one. I would like to pick up the other ones that Minadiki Yu has released, and I know that she's continuing with this series and these characters, but I don't really know very much about them. But I would very much like to give this one a go, because it's been out for a while now and other people talk about it. So yeah, I want to add this to my TBR. Now another one that will involve a new one and a reread is this 2-volume series, Dick Fight Island, because I've had Dick Fight Island Volume 1 forever, and I finally was able to pick up Dick Fight Island Volume 2 for a really good price, so it probably shouldn't flick through it too much. But this is one that obviously loads of people, this one is the one that's kind of like came out of the BL sphere and into a more a mainstream audience, and I think probably something that got a lot of booktubers and other readers that wouldn't usually pick up something like this, got them into it. And it's kind of a weird thing for me as a BL fan to be like, that's the thing. This, and I think Given was like a really, really big gateway into the BL world for a lot of people. But I'd like to know how it ends, because it was alluded to at the end of this first volume that it was more of a relationship. And I kind of want to just know what happens. So yeah, I will finally get to read Dick Fight Island Volume 2. And a reread, so I'm refreshed. I don't think I need to, but I'm going to because I want to. I was going to close this drawer, and then I remembered I was going to do a reread of False Memories. I said to someone, and I don't know where, was it on Instagram, was it on YouTube, I don't know, but I said to someone that I would do a buddy read. I don't know if it was Bizarre or not, but I would do a buddy read with whoever it was and do False Memories. This was also, I think, one of my 12 and 12 from 2022 that I didn't manage to pick up. I'd already done 12 and 12, so it was fine. But this was one of the recommendations, and it would have been a reread for me, so I picked them up and made sure I had them in this collection. So this is going to get put on my TBR, and so if someone wants to buddy read this or any of the titles, let me know, and we'll do a buddy read together during the 801 reads. Now, in this drawer, there are not too many that I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely want to or need to read. There are a few, like his favourite. I've got the whole thing now, but I do think I want to do a big reread, and that's quite a big series to read just to be able to read 11 and 12. But I kind of want to do it, but maybe not during this week. I do want to do a reread though of Liquor and Cigarettes. That's definitely one. I don't know who it was I was mentioning this to. I think it was Izzy from Happy for Now, because she had read some Ranma Rosaria and she was enjoying it, from Birds of Shangri-La, and I was like, oh well, give this one a go. And it just made me think, wow, you haven't actually read that in a long time, and I'm wondering about the rereadability of some of these titles. So Liquor and Cigarettes is going to get added to the TBR as a reread. And also, I think from here we'll have Sayonara Game, because I am going to be doing a buddy read with Change World, but I need to read Sayonara Game first, and it's quite a chunky boy. So this is the one that needs to get read before you carry on. This is the thing about series, you need to read them in order. So yeah, Sayonara Game is also going to get read. And I don't think there's too many more that I was thinking about other than Spiritual Police. Spiritual Police is a 2-volume series, and as you can see, they both still have their plastic on, and I think it was like a 3-volume series. They never actually had the 3rd volume printed, which is such a shame for Yokanita, because it's always happening to Yokanita. So yeah, I think this is the other one that I was thinking about. So this is like a provisional, maybe I'll get to this. I'd love to hear other people's thoughts on Spiritual Police, because no one ever talks about it. And is it because it's incomplete, or is it just not worth talking about? I don't know. Yokanita, she's prolific, so I'm pretty sure most people will have at some point read this, right? But I haven't, so maybe it's the same. Everyone's got it on their TBR shelf. So yeah, this is going to go on my TBR for this readathon. So this is everything in physical that I'm planning on reading from the 1st to the 8th. So I should be able to do it, hopefully, not stretching myself too much. But I am also planning on reading quite a few digital copies of manga as well. So as I mentioned in my announcement video, I have quite a few Tokyopop titles that I have purchased digitally, not yet physically. I will pick them up at some point, but I do have quite a few that I'd like to get through. The God and the Flightless Messenger, Delivery for You, Ogi Summer Break Volume 1, My Dear Agent Volume 1, and is it Scram Blues? Scram Blues as well. I also have Puppy Love, that's another one that I have picked up, and Tomorrow Make Me Yours. I also have one that I don't actually know what it's called, but I think it's by Hayate, is it Kuju? I have digitally as well. And I've got On or Off volumes 1 and 2 and Loved Circus, as well as The Flower That Seems to Truly Dance. So I have quite a few digital titles. What have I got? Any others? Katakoi Lamp is another one. So yeah, I also have our Not So Lonely Planet Travel Guide. I have all 3 volumes of that one, and The Cat Proposed, as digital, not yet physical. So there are quite a few. I wouldn't mind doing a reread of Would You Like to Be a Family? That's another one that I have that I do feel like I should give another reread to, because it's been a while. I bought it a while ago and read it straight away. But I haven't done that necessarily with all the rest of my digital titles. I have quite a few digital that I picked up either through directly from the website, like Sublime ones. I generally tend to buy them through the website or through Amazon when they've got sales on with Tokyo Pop titles. So I do have quite a few digital titles to read as well. Now, for the week of the 801 Readathon, I'm hoping to have some Instagram challenges, which I suppose you could also do on Twitter if you wanted, and also TikTok or anywhere else if you wanted to give it a go. And that's to take photographs of these challenges. So some of the challenges are going to be straightforward, like a photograph of your TBR and also a photograph of either the last book you read for the readathon or a wrap-up for the readathon, everything that you read. These are pretty standard, straightforward ones to do, but there'll also be a couple of other ones as well that you might find interesting, like most underrated BL challenge, so whichever one you think is an underrated BL. There's a few, so check that out when I post it on, probably on Instagram first, but I'll try to put it up on my other social medias as well. So yeah, hopefully this is going to be doable, not 100%, but that's okay. I do hope to be able to read as much as possible during this week. I hope everyone else is also thinking of putting a TBR up. Make sure you use the hashtag 801reads and tag me in anything as well if you want. I'll be keeping an eye out. If you'd like to post your TBRs up on any of the social media that I'm also on as well, make sure you tag me so that I can see your TBR. I'd love to know what you're planning on reading or planning on watching, any kind of way that you're going to consume BL during the week of the 801 Readathon. I'm really excited about hosting it, so I'm excited to find out what other people are planning on doing if you are wanting to take part as well, and I hope that you do. So yeah, I'm very excited about this. So yeah, let me know what's your TBR, either in the comments down below or in your own social media posts as well. So yeah, take care everyone. Thanks for watching to the end of this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!